Jingten would like to share an article by Master Huijing. It is called Letters from King Yama. Genuine Buddhist practitioners must embrace the fundamental concept of impermanence. As the saying goes, life is fleeting, and death can come knocking at any time. Those who fully appreciate impermanence recognize the imminent nature of death, regardless of age or health. This awareness motivates diligent practice, particularly for those aspiring to attain liberation from samsara in this lifetime. Therefore, the significance of impermanence is evident. I'm going to use letters from King Yama as a metaphor to illustrate the concept of impermanence. An elderly man passed away, and his consciousness, or what many would call his soul, found itself in the underworld, facing judgment from King Yama. Armed with meticulous records of the old man's life, King Yama said to him, "During your lifetime, you did more harm than good, and there are punishments you have to face." Trembling with fear, the old man pleaded with King Yama, "Almighty King Yama, if I had known earlier, I would have changed my ways and performed more good deeds. If given the chance, I wouldn't be standing here today waiting your judgment." To which King Yama replied, "I did attempt to inform you on numerous occasions. I sent you letters, not just one or two, but many. When your hair turned gray, that was my first letter to you. When your teeth began to loosen, that was the second. And when your vision started to blur and your hearing began to fade, that was the third. I reached out to you repeatedly, but you never heeded my warnings." As King Yama concluded, a young man yelling nearby interjected, "King Yama, you may have informed him with those letters, but why was I here? Why was I not notified?" King Yama responded, "I have sent you several letters to notify you too. Don't you remember? When your classmate drowned in the lake, that was the first letter I sent to inform you. When your neighbor, who was the same age as you, perished in a fire, that was the second letter I sent to alert you. When your cousin died in a car accident a few years ago, that was the third letter. A young man from your village was stabbed to death, and another succumbed to a serious illness. Those are the fourth and fifth letters. These letters were dispatched long ago, so why were you not alarmed?" From the above stories, we know many people die young, so don't wait till one is old to learn the way. It's common to assume that death only comes with old age or illness. But that's far from true. When impermanence comes knocking, it doesn't discriminate based on age or health. Death is an inherent and natural part of life, just as birth is. Every person in the world is destined to face it. With around 8 billion people on Earth, all will have to meet their end within a century. Even those who live beyond 100 years will eventually reach their final moments. Death is often considered a taboo. Witnessing, hearing, or even thinking about it is seen as ominous. In Chinese culture, the word for death sounds similar to the word for four, leading to the omission of the fourth floor in elevators and the absence of room number 4 in hospitals. This avoidance reflects our discomfort with the topic. But no matter how scared we are or how much we try to avoid it, death is an inevitable part of life. Avoiding this subject only adds to our distress. Facing it positively becomes crucial for overcoming this fear. Therefore, Buddhist practitioners are encouraged to confront the subject of death. Many monastics, especially those who are revered, often display the word death prominently above their beds. This serves as a constant reminder for them to reflect on their mortality and contemplate whether they have truly transcended the cycle of birth and death. When we pass away, those who have diligently practiced may avoid descending into the three wretched realms and could even be reborn as humans again to continue their spiritual journey. Those who steadfastly aspire to be reborn in the land of ultimate bliss, exclusively reciting Namo Amitabha Buddha, will indeed achieve rebirth in that realm. Otherwise, upon our death, our consciousness will face judgment by King Yama, and we will undergo the cycle of rebirth through the 6 realms once again. Thank you all for listening. Namo Ami Tofo.